I have been wondering about you. I have been wondering what you have been wondering about your uncle and what you suppose he's feeling tonight with his lawyers in Washington living under a midnight deadline to try to get their way in the documents case, and with Alvin Bragg in Manhattan as close to an indictment as apparently any of the prosecutors are.
Well, Lawrence, first of all, it's great to be with you. And you're talking about these quotes from people near Donald who allegedly spent a lot of time with him. There's always such a disconnect between what they claim and what I know can't possibly be true. So I think, first of all, the emotion of sadness is not in Donald's arsenal. What he's feeling, to the extent that he's feeling anything, is self-pity. And that makes sense. He's also feeling grievance, but he feels aggrieved every time he walks into the Mar-a-Lago dining room and his paid patrons don't pay him sufficient homage, right? So none of this is new, and he has such a limited range that it doesn't, the fact that they keep asking the people in his inner circle about his state of mind is fascinating, because as you just pointed out, they never tell the truth about it. Particularly fascinating is this idea that he is seizing this as an opportunity, that he is happy about the so-called perp walk. Now, don't get me wrong. I think it is much more likely that we see that he turn himself in, so to speak, than that he dig in his heels and, stay at Mar-a-Lago waiting to be arrested. But that's because he's a coward, not because he's trying to make a brave stand against anything.
You said something that I find so interesting clinically, from your position, your professional perspective on your uncle, and then your personal perspective on him. And that is that he cannot feel sad. And I'm reviewing every human being I've ever known, and I don't think I've ever been around someone in that condition. What is that condition?
Well, again, I try to avoid any diagnostic labels, but this is somebody who has such serious psychological problems. He has such serious psychopathologies that the range of emotion that is available to most relatively stable people is not available to him. I think Donald's emotional makeup consists mostly of anger and the self-pity I spoke about earlier, and deep, deep fear. And a lot of that is in the service of making sure he never feels humiliated.